What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today I want to talk to you about Faraday Future. Give you a quick overview of some of the data points, break it down on what is affecting Faraday, and go over everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So Faraday is down 25%, 227 the low, 309 the high. When I've been doing my Faraday videos, I've been very honest and transparent with everyone, simply saying the fact that what has happened recently with Faraday had nothing to do with them operationally. It was rather just a lot of big accounts pumping Faraday. Essentially, you can kind of call it a pump and dump, but a lot of influencers kind of lured in some retail investors to get in. And yes, it did go up, but regrettably, I think the fundamental business itself is extremely flawed. And as well, I think at the same time, a lot of people are realizing that, hey, maybe they're not at the CES event as what they previously led on. I've been doing videos how they've been misleading investors, because if you kind of go back over to this news that came out right here on December the 19th, Faraday Future to give FX business update and show first FX prototype mules in Las Vegas. And then they bring up here, they just use the word coincides with the Consumer Electronics Show, CES, while in Vegas. Don't know why they put that in there. Maybe again to really trick a lot of retail investors. I think a lot of retail investors are very quick to say, hey, CES, they're there. I had a couple arguments with people in my comments on previous videos that they were not in the CES event. You can kind of go to the CES website and show that they have no booth. I've shown you all of this in the past. Once again, Faraday is misleading investors. Faraday operationally is poised to go down. What recently happened had nothing to do with their operation, nothing to do with that new FX prototype, because that essentially, for those logical investors, is going to amount to another roughly 100 million in debt that they will have to take on through notes. So Faraday has yet to even start paying a lot of the interest on those previous notes, which is going to be in the form of stock. So there's going to be a lot of dilution. Even the last back-to-back news, they put out news late last night, just reiterating and reminding retail, hey, we're actually going to be in Vegas from the 5th to, was it the 7th? And they're going to be doing a live thing on the 8th or whatever. So they back-to-back news, January the 2nd, and then today's news, or yesterday's, is the exact same thing. So I think just they think retail is stupid, and they're again, I'm not really sure why anyone would actually want to buy Faraday aside from it being a squeeze play. And even right now, shorts are returning 266,000 shares, 26.44% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 11.57 million shares. So the fact that big influencers, which obviously will obviously not be held accountable, but they were saying that a similar scenario to May is going to play out. And I've done very detailed videos on how that won't happen. Back then, short interest was indicating in excess of 100%. There was a lot of FTDs back then. Same goes for this time around, but the short interest is only like 30%. So it was never going to have a 10,000% run. It was going to no doubtably run because of all the pumping from big accounts, which, as I brought up, conveniently, all of them started at the exact same time, and pretty much they all stopped except for one right now. But yeah, in my opinion, which clearly I'm not a financial advisor, just have been very, very, very right with Faraday a lot over the last 2 years. I don't see this going any higher, appreciating. So yeah, if you see a nice good momentum, you can definitely ride it up, make money that way. But fundamentally, the business is good as dead to me. And I think just Faraday itself, given this trajectory and just the amount of dilution that is going to happen, next step is going to be a reverse stock split. And I think management knows this, and this is maybe why they've been doing a lot of PR blitzes recently, tons of PR blitzes, and as well maybe why a lot of entities and I guess influencers all started to really pump Faraday on the exact same day. I'm not saying that they were paid, but maybe they were. I don't know. That's Faraday clearly has used marketing, that type of marketing in the past. And even this one vehicle that they're somehow selling and kind of selling in January, I'm sure all of their vehicles have not actually been paid. They've just been given for through R&D or just sponsorships. It's just a very bad stock. So that's just my 2 cents. I know I come off as a bear, but you can go back to any of my previous videos. I've been 100% on point with Faraday. Some people don't like the truth. Some people want to fight ultimately where it might be going. But again, I don't really care whether you guys are buying or selling or holding or whatever you're doing. I just am honest and truthful with you and telling you exactly why it's going up, why it's going down. And so yeah, definitely let me know your thoughts on Faraday. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And I did signal Faraday as a buy in my Patreon, which obviously I gave a parameter for my target. Hit my target on point, so definitely pop over to my Patreon. I give a lot of other buys on stocks, crypto, and stocks and options as well. So a lot of them have been absolute bangers on point, so pop over there and take a look. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.